we got Mr. Keenan watching again.
Very nice.
I'll hop on the...
There it is.
So I can read this.
So, stream's up, and we're going to begin at the Transnation eSports America's Sunday Championship. We're going to begin round 2 here at the Sakir International Circuit here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, a 5.41 kilometer or 3.36 mile circuit with 15 corners. It's one of the few circuits designed by Herman Tilke that isn't criticized. I'm talking about you, Abu Dhabi in Russia. It's an all-round fairly good circuit, I have to say. It's produced some very, very good racing in real-life Formula One. The most memorable of which is probably 2014, the duel of the Silver Arrows of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. It was an epic battle between those two. Some of the hot spots on this circuit that we have to look out for: turn 1 and turn 4 for overtaking coming up, heavy braking zones coming after long DRS straights, turn 11 as well, kind of. You don't see a lot of overtaking there, but it does come after a DRS zone. And of course the notorious turn 9 and turn 10 left-handers, notorious for locking up, and for those drivers using no assist, getting on the throttle too early, you will most likely spin out there as well. But here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, alongside me for tonight, once again, Michael Garone Jr. Mate, it's a pleasure to have you alongside me once again. Now, after this, the chaotic and dramatic Australian Grand Prix, which was the first round, any expectations for tonight's event, or are you going to keep an open mind?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back with you here tonight. Obviously, we saw a little bit of everything last week at Australia. We saw probably one of the biggest crashes that Transnation Esports has ever seen, so be interesting to see if that happens again. But yeah, looking forward to tonight. We have one of our predicted championship threats in Foxhound actually here tonight after he missed last week, so it'll be interesting to see where he stacks up in terms of the rest of the field.
Well, I don't mean to insult anyone, but I think I already know who's going to win this race. I've just noticed who's in the Williams, who's currently sitting P3 on this leaderboard. Now, I know Bean Sandwich quite well after commentating for a championship that he was involved in, and he was up against fairly stiff competition, and he finished 5th, I think, in that championship. He's quite an exceptional driver. I believe his real name is Alex Gutierrez, if memory serves me correctly.
Alex Gutierrez.
Yeah. So, I would like to see what everyone else can do. There are some names in here that are a bit different from last week, but I think it might be a mountain to climb for some drivers here tonight.
Alex he's a driver I know very well. He is full-time in the Monday group. He's reserving tonight. Okay. He has switched over to the wheel this season, and he's trying to get as many laps in as he can. So he was my main championship rival last year in the Monday group. He beat me out by a fair bit of points, but he's taken a step back with the switch to the wheel, so it'll be interesting to see where he stacks up in terms of this group. But I think for him tonight, he's more interested in getting laps in for tomorrow when he is fighting for points.
Yeah, okay. So that will most likely tone his chances of winning this race down a bit, but I'm sure he'll get up to speed very, very quickly with that wheel. Sebastian Flores sets the first time of the session, a 1 minute 28. That gets obliterated by El the Joker. Unfortunately, I don't know his real name. A 1 minute 26.6.
Danny Hernandez, that's another reserve. So our reserves tonight, I'll go through that real quickly so it gets rid of the confusion. We have Danny Hernandez, El the Joker, Alex Gutierrez, Bean Sandwich, like we said, Garrett DePippo, the Pink Spartian, and I believe we have one more. Oh, Michael Poland, as Polish Sniper F1.
Okay.
And then Solvanik also. I don't have his real name off the top of my head, but...
My word. The field seems relatively spread out from first to taking up P4, 5 and 6. All of them full-time drivers in this championship, if I'm not mistaken. Dustin Howe. Matt Elliott, who's currently leading the championship after taking second place at the Australian Grand Prix. The person who won, Ethan Lossing, a reserve driver, obviously doesn't count towards the main Drivers' Championship. So Matt is leading with Stuart Leslie in the Mercedes, who's currently second on the leaderboard on the medium tyre as well. He's currently in the championship on 15, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that.
Maddie's on 18.
18 points.
Stuart will be on 15. And then obviously Foxhound is on 0, but I would put my money on him to be in the championship fight for this year. Also, I almost forgot about this. I want to give a special shout out to Kibson Bojan. He was an admin here in the regional series last year. He's making his return to racing. This is his first race back. He joined the Discord 2 or 3 weeks ago and told us he missed us too much, so good to have him back. We look forward to seeing him battling it out.
You can't stay away from league racing for too long. You just get drawn back into it.
You can't. It's an addiction.
But the more the merrier, and we almost have a full field here tonight, which is absolutely fantastic to see, as Rob Hadley is going to come around the final corner, turn 15. He's going to cross the start-finish line. Where does this put him? In the Alpha Tauri. Puts him P5 at 1 minute 28.3. A couple more drivers have just set their lap times as well. Now, I'm guessing a lot of drivers will be trying to do the one-stop strategy from softs to hards, but I saw last night a driver pull off the two-stop strategy in an Oceania race and end up finishing third. So, Michael, as an experienced racer, what kind of strategy will you be aiming for in this race? A one-stop, or will you risk it on a two-stop strategy?
Yeah, it's something I'm going to have to think about myself for tomorrow, but I've even heard some people trying to make the soft to medium work, so I thought about even trying that out and seeing how long I can stretch those softs. I think the safest bet would be to go soft hard. If you're pacey enough, though, and if you could get out in clean air for most of the race, I'd assume the two-stop would work just fine. Just leave you with more work to do in terms of pushing. Obviously, you have to make up that pit stop deficit that you're losing out on by taking that extra stop. So,
yeah, very fair point. Salvanik on the medium tyre is going to come up around the final corner. 10 minutes to go in the session. There's plenty of time to set lap times. But here we go. The Ferrari going to come across the line and sets a 1 minute 27.7. Goes third fastest on the medium tyre. 2 drivers in the top 3 qualifying on the medium tyre. Plenty of pace out there, dearie me. As Honda jumps up to P2, 1 minute 26.990. 3/10 behind the Joker, but still finds himself in the top 3. Now, this man was rated by Michael as one of the championship favourites. This is Ram Fox in the Mercedes-Benz, and apparently he's invalidated his time.
Already invalidated. I don't know.
He's pushing on.
He did it through 2.
He could have done it around the final corner and invalidated both the laps.
Yeah.
But regardless, he's pushing on with the lap. He's coming through turn 7 right now. Oh, dearie me, he is pushing hard. Into turn 8. Now, last night there was an almighty black spot from all the drivers locking up into turn 8. It was humongous, the black spot on that circuit. Through turns 9 and turn 10, notorious downhill tightening left-hander. Down the back straightaway, 8th gear, climbing towards 320 kilometers per hour. Into turn 11. Now the notorious turn 12, this is quite a notorious corner in 2019. You touch that inside curve, you were guaranteed that you were going to spin out. 13 in the third sector, then coming to 14 and 15 to round out the lap. Now, unless he goes into the pits, it might give us an idea of how quick he is going, but no, he is going to peel in. Very unfortunate for him, but yeah, I think he perhaps run wide at the final corner.
And yeah, that'll catch a lot of people out. We got Alex going purple through the first 2 sectors, so just as I say, he's struggling a little bit on his wheel transition. He looks to be pretty quick.
Alex Gutierrez then in the Williams.
He's not even going to complete the lap.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
We got Matthew Elliott jumping up to the top.
Yeah, by an almighty margin of 1 minute 26.2.
Yeah.
That's almost 4/10 clear of P2 on the soft compound tyre. Shows that these guys have got a lot more pace underneath them to show in this session.
He's been putting in a lot of practice, Matthew, the last couple of days, and I've seen him dip into the 25. So
wow,
he's going to be one to look out for pole.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for Matthew. Currently leading the championship, remember, so definitely a man to look out for. See anyone else is on a lap. Boy, revving glitch on my screen. Oh, now it's sorted itself out. Very nice. But he seems to have given up.
They fixed that this year.
Yeah, it's not anywhere near as frequent as what it was in 2019.
Yeah, no, it's definitely better.
Yeah, Boyan's pulled out of his lap. Sebastian Flores in the half seems to be on one, coming through turns 9 and 10. No, he's pulled out as well, it seems. Oh no. Just taking it nice and easy through turns 9 and 10.
Early. Yeah, breaking very early into there.
Being very gentle on the throttle as well, trying to minimize wheel spin. I guess we have to, he's down by 6.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's out of it.
He just still has it in hot lap mode. Alright, let's see. Cam.
Oh, Stewart bumps up to P2 at a 26.4.
There we go. So these times are starting to tumble down, and they will continue to tumble down with the track evolution as well. These times will only get quicker and quicker and quicker. Seems that Marino in the Alfa Romeo is half a second down on his lap. Let's see. Keep an eye on Spaceman Aaron Henderson in the half. Nope, he's pulled out of a lap as well. Deary me, lots of drivers sort of halfway through a lap, sort of giving up. Not necessarily invalidating. Cam jumps up to P8 with a 27.397.
So Ram Fox is still not pulled out of the pits yet. So he's obviously trusting himself to put in a clean lap before the end of this session. He's most likely going to leave it all the way to the end. So he's gonna have to trust himself to not invalidate.
Well, here comes his teammate into the pits. So these two are going to wait until about 2 or so minutes to go to set their final lap time. Henderson out of fuel coming into the pits. Let's have a look. I think Honda is on a lap currently in P4. Williams Racing Formula 1 car coming down the back straightaway into turn 11. Third gear short shift to 4th.
I think with the name Honda, he'd be in a Honda-powered car.
You think so? But it's alright. He's in a Williams, a very nice-looking Williams at that. Coming down into turns 14 and 15 to round off the lap. Taking a nice wide line, trying to open up turn 14, try and carry as much speed as he can. DRS open up to the line, and he goes second fastest.
P2.
He cuts 7/10 off his previous best. He's now about a 10th behind Matthew Elliott, holding on to that first place. Being sandwiched invalidates his time. Dearie me. But he's still pushing on, it seems.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to purposely not set a time here in qualifying so he could just stay out of the way of the actual Sunday drivers. He may just be teasing us by running some laps.
Keep an eye on him, because he is still pushing. That's very, very clear. Through turn 11, 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear. 7th through turn 12, and he'll hold 7th until turn 13, 3rd gear, short shift to 4th. A very sort of 2019 technique, using the lower gears to get that extra rotation. Don't necessarily need to do that in 2020. So here we go through the final corner, and Mark has retired from the session. Okay. And he did a 1 minute 25.2. He did a 1 minute 25.2.
Yeah, so that's about the times that I'm going to be targeting for tomorrow, so
okay.
Not going to lie, it does worry me a little bit.
Wow. On the wheel. That he's new to.
Yeah, so obviously the transition is working pretty well for him.
Okay. Wow.
He did invalidate though, so we do have to look at where he did invalidate and how much time he gained from it.
That's very true. But now Stuart Leslie, the man currently in P2 in the championship, is on a flying lap, having to deal with a bit of traffic, but they all get out of the way very, very well. Through turn 7, heading into turn 8. See there's black marks already on the road from the drivers locking up. Now into turn 9 and turn 10, hard on the brake, 2nd gear, doesn't lock up at all. And DRS open down the back straightaway, climbing up through the gears into turn 11. Missed the apex ever so slightly. It would cost him a little bit of time through this complex, either through here turn 12 because of the loss of speed on corner exit. Oh, and massively misses the apex there as well. I wonder if he's going to try and set another lap. No, he's completely pulling out. Okay. Oh, he's completely done. Unless, of course, I've got a timing glitch, which I don't think I do. But he has nowhere near enough time to try and set another lap. So his session is done. Matthew Elliott, current championship leader, also on a flying lap, coming through the 2nd sector. Through turn 8. Climbing up the hill.
Ram Fox goes purple in sector 1.
Oh boy. Alright, we've got another driver to look out for. Luckily they're on opposite ends of the table, so they're quite easy to switch to.
I'll stay on board here with Ram Fox.
Alrighty. Through the 2nd sector comes Matthew Elliott. Coming up towards the 2nd sector split. Let's see, he is up, but only just by 8 thousandths of a second. Let's have a look at Foxhound. What is he going to do? Is it purple in the 2nd sector? Yes, it is. Alright. Matthew, through turn 15. DRS wide open. Does he improve? Yes, he does, by a 10th of a second.
Just.
What can Foxhound do? Here we go. DRS open, up to the line. It's a 125.8.
To the top.
3/10 clear of 2nd place. Very nicely done. Let's see, who's the last driver? I think that's Garrett de Pippo. And he's run out of fuel, I think. Full throttle and going very, very slowly. He must be out of fuel. So the best that he can do is 10th place. But there we go. Ram Fox, after missing out the first race in Australia Championship here in Bahrain, absolutely smashes it. Takes pole position by 0.3 of a second to current championship leader Matthew Elliott. Honda in P3, 0.2 below Matthew. And then Stuart Leslie, the man in second place in the championship, 0.1 below Honda in fourth. Then Sean Yabo in the Ferrari, only, what's that, 200ths behind? It's not much separating those two. Oh, yeah, so wow, look at that. Less than half a tenth separating fourth to seventh?
Yeah, so it's going to be very close between all of these drivers. Even from first down all the way down to eighth, they're within a second, and then Sebi's only just a second off of that. So
yeah, that is unbelievable.
Oh, and we got
close.
AI cars running into each other.
Very nice. It wouldn't be a Codemasters game if that didn't happen. So we're just waiting on Dustin Howe to retire from the session, or until the timer runs out. Doesn't really matter. But that ends qualifying here at Sakhir International Circuit, and it's Ram Fox on pole position. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What does this have in store for us? And all of the drivers in the top 10 will be starting on the soft compound tyre as well. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers outside of the 10 will do in terms of tyre strategy. There we go, that's your official qualifying leaderboard.
I wouldn't even put it past some of these drivers to start on the mediums and then just go to the hards to totally take the softs out of factor. They do go off quite quickly, so I think after 6 or 7 laps you're going to see the mediums be a better tire than the softs, just down to deg. So it'll be interesting to see what they all do.
Feel like the safety car is going to play a part in this race or not?
On this game, if I had to bet, I'd say yeah. Just with how sensitive the safety car is. Like I said, I don't think we'll see an almighty crash like we had last week, but yeah, I wouldn't rule out a safety car for tonight.
Fair enough. And predictably, no rain. I have never seen a league race at Bahrain with rain, ever. In my entire commentary and league racing career. It would be very funny just to see that happen, just throw a massive spanner into the works.
I don't think anybody knows how to race this track in the rain. Who would practice that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the chances of it raining is like something stupidly low. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it was actually 0%. Just Codemasters, just like, nah, we'll just won't make it rain at Bahrain, like, ever. Just to make it easier.
Yeah. Never seen rain here. I have seen clips of rain at Abu Dhabi though.
Oh, okay.
In league races and other league races. So for sure it's possible, but it has to be coded in a way where they must not be very frequent.
But regardless, drivers are now setting off on their formation lap. Foxhound will lead them around the circuit. Now, looking outside of the top 10, we've got some interesting strategies at play. I think that's Rob Hadley in P11, the first driver to start on the medium compound tyre, in 11th place as well. So Vanek in the Ferrari starting on the hard compound tyre, one of 2 drivers doing that.
Alex is going to go for the hards too as well. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I mean, if there's no safety cars, it will definitely play out well. That way they can run as long as they possibly can on the hard tyre. 3 drivers on the medium tyres with Rob Hadley Random Serious, Polish Sniper, and P14. Everyone else in the bottom 9 will be starting on the soft compound tyre. Possibly thinking there might be a safety car early on in the race, which, as Michael pointed out, is entirely possible in this game. The safety car is very simple. I haven't seen too many safety cars around Bahrain, so, but anything can happen. So we have to just try and keep an open mind. Fox leading the drivers round into the final sector. We got an almighty gap between some of the drivers in the midfield, all spread out and giving each other space, not wanting to crash on the formation lap. But here we go. Drivers are now back onto the pitch straight, and they're going to begin lining up back into their respective grid slots. And we're going to get this Bahrain Grand Prix underway. 29 laps of this 3.36 mile or 5.41 kilometer circuit, as Marco and Spaceman get disqualified from the formation lap. Deary me. Hopefully their tyres aren't completely cold, otherwise they're going to be sitting ducks at the start. There's the predicted tyre strategy. It's showing 2 stops, either soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, hard. But I reckon a number of these drivers are going to try a soft to hard strategy. I'm sure of it. As we're still on the grid, waiting for something. What are we waiting for? Oh, boy. What are we waiting for? There's a predicted tyre strategy.
It'd be real unfortunate if we have a glitch start.
Is everyone here? It appears to be. There's no loading. Just give me a minute. Just needed to make sure. As Salvanik has left the session, he sets the fastest lap as well, apparently. What's happened here? There's the field.
Okay, so it looks like we have a glitch start. So we're gonna have to reboot the lobby.
Oh boy. Well, that's very, very unfortunate. Okay, Codemasters, you can stop showing me the predicted tyre stop strategy. That's enough. Everyone's still here, sort of just sitting around. I'll just double check again. On 2019, if you go to the main menu and go blue screen, it tends to sort stuff out. Well, it's an F1 2019 when we had this problem. There we go, there's a one-stop strategy. Oh, it changes. Oh, okay. For each driver. The predicted tyre stop strategy. Okay. Did not know that.
Showing off the new features.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that. Like, it came up with the predicted tyre strategy, and it changed every time you flick to a different driver. So it's showing their predicted tyre strategy. Quite interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna restart the lobby, unfortunately.
Seems like it.
So it'll take a few minutes to get everything set up.
Oh well. We'll be right.
I don't know if you want to keep this stream going or not.
Oh, my game crashed. There we go. That's interesting.